Good morning, BHS. I'm Kyrie,
I'm Kennedy.
and these are your morning announcements. Here's the pledge. May everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Those of you who are going to the New York City trip, please see Mr. Grimsley or Mrs. Petrarca to discuss room assignments. The room information needs to be sent to the travel agency.
Reminder that the Dungeons & Dragons Club is after school today. Check Google Classroom to see what groups are playing.
Quit playing with your hair.
Board Game Club is after school tomorrow in Mr. Kane's room, room 118. Hope to see you there.
The deadline to submit senior pictures is Tuesday, January 17th. Students must submit their picture electronically using the link in the class of 2023 Google Classroom. Late submissions will not be accepted.
The first clinic for Barberton Winter Guard will be Tuesday, January 18th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Barberton Band Room. Please bring water, an after-school snack, and athletic clothing with tennis shoes. Join us for dance, flag basics, and new friends.
Now sports. Swim results are as follows. Women's 200 medley relay. Second, B. Powell, C. Anders, E. Walsh, and T. Barty. Men's 200 free. Third, Q. Moore. Men's 50 free. Second, A. Tritt. Third, I. Wells. Men's 100. Men's 100 fly. Second, Smith. A. Smith. Women's 100 free. Third, Carly Anders. Men's 100 free. Third, Aiden Tritt. Women's 200 free relay. Second, B. Powell, C. Anders, E. Walsh, T. Barty. Men's 200 free relay. First, D. Bell, I. Wells, J. Wells, A. Tritt. Women's 100 bag third, B. Powell. Men's 100 bag third, G. Del Morale. Men's 100 breast, second, C. Anders. Men's 400 free relay, second, A. Smith, A. Tritt, Q. Moore, G. Del Morale.
The bowling team competed on Tuesday night. It was a tough shot on the lanes for both teams. They both took their lumps, and both boys and girls came away with W's. The boys got their first win of the season and were led by Aiden Montiel's 327 series, followed by Michael Dunn's 182 game and Caden Hiller's 182 game. Dominic Nabelski had a 168. Xander Bush also had a 134 game.
The girls improved their record 4-1 in the Suburban League and 5-1 overall. 5-1. They were led by Leah Stemfel's 279 series, a 164 game. Lillian Walsh had a 148 game, and Victoria Kuhn's a 133 game. And Paige Hibbs didn't bowl the regular games, but was perfect in the Bakers, making 4 spares out of 4 frames she bowled.
That's it for us. Have a great day, BHS.
And now, Mr. Murin.
Okay, I'm going to read one of the bowling updates from over break I got. This was their 4th win of the year. Just so you know, so this was like over break, so now they're like 5-1. Both teams. This is from Coach Sitko. Both teams came out with a lot of magic on the lanes the other night. This is when they bowled against Allett on Monday the 19th. The boys had their best showing of the season, kept the total pins close to the whole match, and fell just short. Every one of them had a great scores and were led by personal best Dominic Nabliski at 384 series and a 202 high game. Caden Hillary had a 373 series, followed by Aiden Montel's 371 and Michael Dunn's 347. First-year bowler Xander Bush shot a 220 series. The girls got the W over Allett. At the time, it was their 4th win. Now they have 5. They were led by red hot Leah Stemfel's 372 series and personal high 214 game. Lacey Baker followed with a personal high 194 game and a personal high 366 series. Lillian Walsh had a 317 series. So good job, lady bowlers. And I'm going to throw down the gauntlet. A couple years ago, we challenged, the administrators challenged the bowling team. we're ready for a rematch now that we realize you can actually bowl with both hands, which was totally crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think I had to go see a chiropractor for about a month.
That'd probably be
because you had to do this, like you kind of whipped it and it was spinning down. Crazy. Yeah, so I ended up going to a chiropractor for a while. Just a reminder, senior pictures are due Tuesday the 17th. If they're late, they're late. If they're late, they will not be accepted. And they do have to be school appropriate. Okay? You got lunch today?
I do have
What's
some lunch today. We're having Tyson chicken smackers with a whole grain honey wheat roll, fresh French fries, cukes and grape tomatoes, tropical fruit, and a gram of your choice.
Wow. There we go.
That's pretty solid. That's
Hopefully everyone had a great break. Hopefully everyone was able to recharge and they come back. Couple reminders. Okay. First off, fighting is not going to be tolerated. You fight here, most likely, not every case, but most likely, you're going to get 5 days. Depending on the situation, you might get 3. On some occasions, you're going to get 10. And if you get 10, you're going to go over and you're going to get to explain your situation to the superintendent. Next, about fighting. If it's your second fight, you will get 10 days, and you will get to go explain why that you feel it's appropriate to fight here in these halls. It's not going to be tolerated. Next, about fighting. We told you this at the very beginning of the year, that if you fight in your grade level meetings, it's in the handbook, you can expect police charges. You get referred to the police. A lot of times you're going to get disorderly conduct because this is not, I don't care what any parent says. You're not going to fight at work. You're not going to fight in a church. And if you fight at a mall or you fight out in public, you're probably going to get arrested. It's not something you can do. And quite honestly, if that's your means to solving situations, then you need to figure out some different coping skills, okay? Because fighting doesn't solve, and trust me, I've been in my fair share of fights, okay? As a private in the military, you don't want to back down from other people. You end up getting into fights. We used to go handle things in what we'd go settle stuff in the tree line, okay? It's not appropriate, okay? Really didn't solve anything. The issues I had with those people, we still had, okay? And it took us finding other ways to figure out how to coexist with one another and realize that we were on the same team. And a big part of that was growing up and getting mature, okay? It's not appropriate. Okay, if you haven't figured out, in the military is a bunch of alpha males. No one wants to back down, so.
Yeah.
But it's not
I'm an alpha
appropriate.
male.
You can't do that, okay? Next.
You gain nothing from it either.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, if you fight and you get, or not fight, but if you are OSS, out of school suspended, okay, if you're out of school suspended, you're banned from going to any extracurricular during that grading period and the very next grading period. So if you were involved in an out-of-school suspension, so anywhere from like mid-October to December 15th, and you served your suspension during that time, you were banned. You couldn't go into anything then, and you cannot still go until March. Mid-March is when the third quarter's over. Well, and I get this. At that point, basketball's over, wrestling's over, all your winter sports are already over. So you can hope to go to those spring sports, hope to go to the musical and all those other things. If you're involved in an out-of-school suspension for any reason, this has been in place for over 10 years now, a lot longer than that, because Mr. Ramis was here for 9 years, and he did it for his 9 years. This is my 6. So 15 years, this has been the policy for 15 years. It's not going to change. I don't care how angry your parents get or how angry you get. It's not going to change. And I'm at a point now where if I see you, I'm just kicking you out. Okay? And I'm sorry for that. Attendance, you have to be here. I have kids saying they want, hey, Mr. Muir, I want this, this, and this, but they never show up. And then they want special privileges because they never show up. How can I do that? If you want something, number one, getting an attitude with me or arguing with me, or one of my someone called one of my secretaries a snot yesterday over the phone. You think I'm going to...
Wow. That's a new one.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one be used
that's
before.
like elementary school.
Yeah, that's some children.
I think I was called a snot by Mrs. Radnoff. She was my first grade teacher. So, do you remember your first grade teacher?
Probably deserved it.
You do? Do you?
I do.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Good lady.
folks, and seniors, specifically seniors, this next couple months are going to go by really, really fast. Okay?
Thankfully.
I had a really hard time sleeping Tuesday night, or I'm sorry, not Tuesday, Monday night, because the second semester to me is like, have you ever seen a treadmill that's already running at, like, say 15 miles an hour? That would be the running pace, and then you're standing there, and then you got to jump onto it, and then you got to try to. That's what the second semester feels like to me, coming back off a break. It always does, because you think about it. Right now, you have your senior pictures are due. Next thing you know, it's going to be your name verification, and next thing you know, we're going to be talking about parent-teacher conferences. We're going to start scheduling for you underclassmen. So, and this just isn't for seniors, but it's for everyone. It's all that. Seniors, you're going to be making sure your FAFSA's done. And folks, trust me, I am just as proud, if not more proud of you that are going off into the workforce or going to join the military. If you're joining the military, please let me know. I want to push that out, and I want to put it on the board down outside the guidance office. I'm proud of all three of your pathways, okay? My son, once again, he did not go to college. I'm super proud of him. And when he walked across the field at senior night for marching band, he announced that he was going into manufacturing and work and was going to work. I was just as proud of that as I'm more proud of him because he's my son. But I'm just as proud about any of my students choosing one of those pathways than just going off to college, okay? Because in today's day and age, newsflash, you really don't need a college degree to make good money. You can get a great skill, you can get a trade, and you can join the military. Speaking of trades, sophomores, the deadline to sign up for Compact is January 8th. That's this Sunday. If you have not applied by Sunday, you may have missed out on an opportunity. And it's not a first come, first served basis, so apply. If you want to get into that engineering robotics out at Wadsworth, and that pharmacy tech out at Copley, and that vet tech out at Copley, in that culinary, maybe you'd be the next Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, right?
I'm not going to be.
You're not going to do that, okay? If you want to do one of those, apply. After January 8th, we may have some spots open, but you're not going to bump someone that you might have bumped if you had applied by January 8th. So make sure you apply, get in.
Make connections.
Make connections, okay? But back to it. This school year is going to go really, really quick. From here to, for you seniors, make sure seniors, if you're up on grades, you're passing everything. When we do some of the testing in the spring, I believe you guys won't have to show up. I think juniors, we may be in a similar boat. If you have everything done and except for the government day, you may have to, I think it might be a delayed start. We're kind of going back to the old OGT delayed start stuff. So this school year, this next semester is going to fly by really, really quick. Next thing you know, it's going to be the musical, then spring break, spring sports, prom, graduation. Graduation, are we going to do the parade? I don't know. As the seniors, do they want to do that little driving parade?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have
okay.
no idea.
Anyways.
I didn't really realize there was a parade.
Yeah,
so
we used to drive, they used to decorate the cars and drive around. Okay?
Maybe.
Still, just so you guys know, we're going to continue with the Wellness Wednesdays, but I'm going to broaden this. We're also going to throw some kindness stuff in there. Thank you, Ms. Monk. She sent me a couple really good videos. I believe Ms. Bingston might have sent me some stuff. I got staff members, they love this. I think, once again, folks, if you stumbled in the first semester, okay, it is not the end of the world, okay? We have lots of alumni and lots of people that have gone on to be very successful that stumbled, and maybe they fell short in a class here and there, okay, whether it be an English class, a science class, a math class, a social studies, a PE credit, or something along those lines. What we need to do is, from that whole thing with that Wellness Wednesday, some of that stuff about resiliency is overcoming. It does not define you. What really defines you is how you react to that failure, that fumble, okay? How do you overcome that? That's what's going to define you in your life. Once again, you and I talked about it, that Oprah Winfrey was fired at one point.
Mm-hmm.
She overcame that. Same thing. Tom Brady, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in history, I don't know, was a 6th or 7th round pick. Okay?
Steve Jobs got fired from his own company.
Who did?
Steve Jobs was fired from his own company.
Okay.
I knew that one off the top.
Oh, see, no.
I'm joking. I didn't know that.
Okay. Anyways, with that, folks, we'll see you in the halls. Let's do the right thing. Let's finish this year strong. And when I say finish it, I'm telling you, it's going to get fast. And if the more you're involved in clubs, sports, activities, the faster it'll go. So for those of you that hate school, get involved. Believe it or not, school will go by a lot quicker. We'll see you in the halls.
YSL. Have a great day.
Yep.